Even if you should show that causing pestilence, it should be okay. And this is just so expensive. We also pray that if the government can put stringent measures in place to safeguard our water bodies so as to avoid high pricing of the water in the future. Thank you.
Prince Charles becoming the new King of England and the haphazard increase of prices, increasing the standard, decreasing the standard of living, and increasing the cost of living has been difficult. Any comment? Yes,
thank you very much. Right on my name is Robert Fiel. Thank you for granting this participation. Yes, of course, the cost of living in Ghana now is very high for the standard of living. Yeah. There are a lot of issues pertaining to high price of goods and all the havoc we're facing in Ghana in terms of living. Yeah, but I would like to talk on the main issues that is taking me, the Ghanaians, or we the nation to that aspect of living. Yes, and there are a lot of issues that you will think about, but one of the main things I think we are facing in Ghana now is we not looking or we not paying much attention to agriculture when it comes to living, because even in our way of life or our way of living, it all goes into agri, but there lies the case, our attention is not more on that, and also the way our political issues are being structured and the way we lack continuity in political affairs. The president will come with his own policies and another president will succeed with different policies. And what the first person has done, the second person will not continue, but rather bring his own agendas, which is, for instance, somebody will come and build factories that we are supposed to use, but when the other person comes, he will also come with different things who will not continue what the first person has done, but rather bring his own agenda, like, which is different, like free SHS or bringing something which is not pertaining to that thing that particular person has done for improvement in our standard of living. So I hereby put it to the house that we, the upcoming youths, if maybe we are given the capacity to serve or hold position, we should make sure even the first person who may serve in that office, the second person should make sure he continue with what that person has done, so that we can have a serene atmosphere of living. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another member for the honorable people president.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Narh, MP for Presided constituency. The cost of living in Ghana has the past, let's say, 8 months. And when our leaders are always talking, they blame the dollar. But that's not the case to me. Our leaders they've shifted all their concern from agriculture. Things that we can produce here in Ghana. It has become a business for our leaders. Would you imagine you import maize? Maize that I can even take a go in my room, and then grow maize in my room. We import maize to this country. Poultry feed, we import all of them to this country. And all these things comes with dollars. So you don't you expect the dollar to go high all the time. If our leaders shift their attention to agriculture in this country, I think we wouldn't have problem again. Thank you. That's a little submission that I have.
Thank you very much. Honorable Harriet Akili. Yes, take the microphone.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable members. The cost of living in this country, my concern actually, price of everything has been inflated, but my concern is on the water. Water is life. And I'll appeal to the government, or we can appeal to the government, that if it increases the price of everything, water should be considered, because actually somebody eating will not get money to buy food the whole day, but can survive on water. And if water is expensive, we need water to cleanse our system. And if water is that expensive, kidney stone, it actually happens around the Sahara, the desert area. And if you don't take too much water, you will develop that sickness. And if the price of water is being increased, how many sachets can you take to cleanse your system? And it will affect people also not to afford water and develop such sickness, kidney stone. My concern. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the whole issue about I stand up living. Sometimes I blame you is as well. Because you relate things to too much. Give me an example. Way back in 2020, Senator that all of us are buying the minimum price. See, back in 2020, I'm using that as an example. They had something that we all buy at a normal price. The least you can get is 7 cities. As I look at it, maybe the significant has calculated that if you now have 50 cities, you cannot buy that. So sometimes this kind of living, you cannot blame the government too much. Because when I go to Korea to buy KP, 2 cities, and I go to buy sample 160 kilos, that one is bigger than the one that is 2 cities. So sometimes you have to do internal checks. You have to go to the market and go and see how people are eating. So sometimes we might not blame the government too much. They are also doing their best, but it's left for we, the citizens, the government to do that. And also talking about the CDC, the speaker, it's only in Ghana that we spend CDs. When you go to Togo, this program, they spend the same. I think they spend SIFA. So before you enter to Togo, you need to break down, or I don't know what to do, but you need to use the purchase item in their country. In Ghana, in the states that you cannot use anywhere unless they can do. And also back of Ghana to now, I'm hearing that they want to print new 50 cities, 500 Ghana cities. So we are going to do also. Initially, when you buy something at 30 pesos or 50 pesos, company that's supposed to be sold 50 pesos, means there's no 5 pesos in the system anymore. So they'll sell it to you at 20 pesos. So all these things are wanted to, at sometimes, the major responsibility manipulate this too much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The last one from Honorable Francis. Honorable Francis, start the main debate for the day after Honorable Francis' comments.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to talk about the high cost of living in Ghana. Like my colleague said, I think, yes, the fact that our leaders are supposed to work certain days, we the citizens or as Ghanaians, we take advantage of every situation to make huge interest. I observe that the COVID time, where because they say lockdown and everybody is interested to buy Narh and those things and put down for those times, people have taken advantage of that and they have increased the price of Narh very heavy. But we are blaming the government that is the reason why we are suffering. While we ourselves, we are not making any effort to support the government because we want to make huge profit. If this paper, A4 sheet, is sold at 50 pesos, how do we blame, though that is an imported material, but then sometimes we try to make huge profit from from take advantage of things and then just make some huge profit. If you go to home market, for example, I always insult them, very serious. I always insult them because they can really take advantage of the fact that because of this, all of them are there, just increase price of things. 5 kg, they can sell it to like 80 Ghana. While when you go to some places, it's not like that. So I think we ourselves, we need to help ourselves so that we can make life easy for ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Members, at the conclusion of comments and statements, we have all recognized the haphazard increase of prices. And indeed, no one is actually happy about the increasing prices. And I'm sure there are lots of excuses to that. But I believe it is the responsibility of the government to stabilize the city to ensure that prices do not increase haphazardly. Just from January to September, prices have just been increasing anyhow. And we want the government to stabilize the depreciation of the city. And basically, the city, for you to appreciate, take a lot of effort. But if they cannot appreciate it, at least maintain it. And we endorse the government to at least do that. They should at least stabilize the city. On that note, I want to thank the chairman for the Committee of Foreign Affairs and the Committee on Standard and Cost of Living for issuing their statement. Honourable members, we want to begin the debate for the day. May I call on all honorable members walking around to enter the chamber. May I call on all honorable members walking around to enter the chamber for the deliberation on the motion for the city. Honorable Majority Leader, if you can introduce the motion to the House, I think that will aid us. Honourable members, moving on to commencement of debate. Debate on the motion for the third parliamentary sitting. Honourable Majority Leader, kindly enter the chamber to give your opening statement. The motion Honourable members, the motion for debate. Honourable members, the motion for today's debate is on the order paper. May I now invite the majority leader to introduce the motion to the House and give his opening statement for the debate on today's motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and the guests. Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much for the opportunity and ask the House itself to place the motion. As we can all read from our other paper, the motion simply reads, fight against galamsey. have not been successful over the years. Who is responsible for these successes? Is it the citizens or government? And as I was presenting the business committee report, I made it clear that the motion simply means that the illegal mining activities that are happening and destroying our river bodies and the forest we have not been successful over the years. All successful government we've had in this fourth Republican constitution have not been successful. So we have the argument that who is responsible for this particular success? Is it the citizen or government? So in the same accord, majority proposed as government and made the argument such that citizens are responsible for its success. And minority proposed as citizens and make their case such that government is responsible for the success. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. That's the introduction of the motion.
Thank you very much. Regarding statement of minority members. You are now coming to give your direction. Okay, no problem.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the word galamsey, probably I don't know what it means, but to what I know, it simply means gather and see. Gather, and it has been pointed out of the illegal mining activities that occurs in our forest, destroying the water bodies and our green vegetation. In time past, governments over the years have rolled out policies to cure that particular mess we found ourselves in. So in 1996, former President Ronald of President Members initiated Operation Galamsey and have not been successful. President before, no much have been done about it. Professor Mills, nothing much really has been done about that. President Mahama, nothing really much has been done about that. In 2017, when John Peter Mewu was appointed Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, he instigated the process to fight against galamsey vehemently, of which we saw moving from all the mining communities to mining communities, seizing excavators and all mining equipment from these people. But it had turned out such that the more we intensify the fight, the more the mess is being caused. Currently, the majority of our water bodies, the majority of our rivers, that have to do with River Densu, River Pra, River Ankoba, have been destroyed by galamsey. The only river currently that is not tapped by galamsey activities is River Volta, and then the Volta River as well. What is contributing to this? In our own perspective, we have the argument that government have rolled out policies that will stop the galamsey. And at time, government stopped issuing licenses for small-scale miners, such that government wants to regulate how the small-scale miners acquire their license to mine, such that the system will be sanitized for them to operate within the approved means in mining. But we realize that it has not been successful. What we wish to say is that though government is making the effort, and I've made this argument in time past and I'll make it today, African slogan, putting it on a 100% scale, 60% is citizens' fault. All the problems that we are encountering today in Africa is born out that we the citizens have not taken drastic steps to stop the galamsey. Now, let's look at it. All the illegal mining that is happening in the bush, we can attribute some government officials participating. But on a 100% scale, I can say on record that about 80% of this galamsey going on are borne out by citizens who, one, out of greed, two, probably might have not known the harm that we are causing to our environment. Recently, we saw a video of an old man, TV3 interviewing him. cutting down his cocoa plantation and using the land for galamsey. And then he made a statement that the land is mine and government cannot stop me. I'm sure probably majority of us seated here might have seen that particular video. And then he said, in the short possible time, the amount of money he had made from that galamsey, it had abnormal what he had made from the cocoa that he has found all these years. So irrespective of how we go seize excavators, they come and disappear, we don't see them. Mining equipment are being destroyed because we could see that in and out, the government is making effort. Born out of this galamsey fight, Major Mahama died in Kwakye, kind of one community down there. In the early stage in 2017, when the galamsey fight was up, citizens killed him. They were sent into the bush to stop galamsey fight. Citizens killed the leader of that particular how do I put it? Operation. Task force. Recently, Minister of Finance and Natural Resources was nearly beaten in Kumasi. I don't know whether we followed that particular story. After Narh and his entourage met Otumfuo and the chiefs in Kumasi to discuss the mess that I'm saying has caused. Citizens nearly beat, what's the name? Honorable Abu Dinako, in the sense that some of them, do you know when we started galamsey? When I was young, there's a house in the room that they did this painting on the wall of people running in the bush. You see the helicopter, like survey, like kind of that. People are chasing them, and so when we were growing, we were taught that the galamsey people fall into the pit and die and the likes. The fight against galamsey has not started today. Government and leading government out have made the effort that we should stop galamsey. Recently, there was a video, I don't know, I'll look for it among my Facebook watch list and I'll share it on the page. There was a community that they had a small river kind of that they fed for their domestic use. They woke up in the morning and saw this galamsey, their tanks, canoe kind of something on the river, about to start galamsey. And then the citizens of that particular community took the war into their hands and chased the people out. There was a video recently that was published by TV3. As, I don't know, it looked like, how do I put it? When we watch this movie, Black Diamond. I don't know whether we watched that Black Diamond movie. When this coup, something happened, and then they took the citizens to the diamond mine. They were there plenty. And then it was in one of the forests. We, the citizens, are being more harm to ourselves. Irrespective of anything. Government officials who are in top higher ranking positions may not suffer to get water when they need rain. But we, the mere citizens, will always struggle. You know, when you look at the variation when you cross the bridge in Sawam. I don't know the color, whether this was a or wasn't a river or whatever. So the mess that has been caused, attributing it to the attributed citizens. If all citizens should have the collective mindset and agree with government, with what government is saying, that we should put a stop to the galamsey. Let's regulate how we do it. Give more licenses to small-scale mining. So that, and then the most annoying part is that Ashawan, who was deported or whatsoever, is not my issue. When she re-entered the country, citizens held her hand and hid there for authorities. Citizens took her back to the bush to continue with what she was doing before she was deported. On a normal day, probably we can speculate that they are in connivement with some fish. But again, we had the issue of she acquiring non-citizen how did she get to drift away, a bit away from this? topic under discussion. We have citizens today, when you go to the debt and beverage, are there guaranteed for people who are not citizens to acquire birth certificate in order for them to be able to acquire a passport. So the greater harm is being called by we the citizens. You know, I went to Go Market, and the chunk of rubbish at the Go Market there, I was like, oh, hallelujah, during the rainy season. Yes, the whole municipal assembly may be making effort to clean there. But what is the market women doing? That you're all surrounding the station. Because when I walk through Ashana station, like someone see the rats coming out from the garden, it is bigger than the dog. We are responsible for our own messes and we are free. And the final again that I'm saying, from Private Lieutenant Rollins, blessed memory, to the current government, had been putting in efforts and the loss that we've made. But it looks like the more government put in more efforts to be able to fight them, the more citizens also, how do I put it, find ways and means to eject more energy to continue to destroy the land and then the water bodies. So Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much for the opportunity for now.
Thank you very much. Minority Caucus. Minority Caucus. Introductory statement. The motion. Thank the majority leader for introducing the motion and giving his introductory statement. Honorable Francis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, listening to my learned friend very well, made it clear and stated it clear that I think he has not gone through the debate very well before coming to the House. This is because when you are saying citizens are responsible for the promotion of galamsey, it is sad. There is a saying that when you are taking care of dogs and you don't feed them, they will definitely grow up or they will definitely become thieves. Who are dogs? They are dogs, but they will thieves. It means that they will be picking out things behind you. When you put meat and fish down, they will come and pick it because you are not feeding them properly. Why am I making this clear? That when my learned friend is saying citizens are behind promoting of galamsey, how many citizens do we have in Ghana who have money to purchase excavator of huge amount of money? How many citizens do we have in Ghana who can purchase excavator? I mean, few. If I say few, that is a wrong statement. No citizen in Ghana can purchase excavator without proper approval from government officials. None of that. And when you talk about government making efforts to stop something that they are enjoying doing, how can you stop something that you enjoy doing? It is not possible. It is not possible because when we go deep into the operators and people behind galamsey is the government. Government officials are the ones responsible for galamsey activities. Because, like I said earlier, no ordinary citizen can purchase excavator. Talking of how they say they have seized excavators. And at the end of the day, we get to know that all those excavators belong to top government officials. And you are blaming citizens for galamsey. When you said they should stop the galamsey, how can you put only bamboo here and tell me that I shouldn't eat the bamboo when there is no alternative? There is no alternative. And you said I should stop eating the bamboo. How is that possible? Stop galamsey. If I stop galamsey that puts food on my table, what next? I should go hungry with my family and die. Bring an alternative and let us see that yes, indeed you are fighting galamsey and you want galamsey to stop. let us see that you have given us alternative and we have refused to follow that. Then we can say that citizens are responsible for promoting galamsey. I don't want to talk too much because, like I said, when you are rearing dogs that you don't feed, you end up becoming thieves. And when they end up becoming thieves, there will still no one else but you. So government should sit up if they want to fight galamsey. Government should bring an alternative to citizens that are involved. I'm not saying citizens are not involved in galamsey. I am saying that there are people who are hungry, and that is what brings food onto their table. And government, top government officials, back them to do that and give them a little token and get the lion's share. They themselves, lion's share. They get the lion's share. It is sad. Very, very sad. Government should know that if they want to fight galamsey, the citizens involved in galamsey need an alternative. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a beautiful introductory statement to this motion. Other members, the floor is now open for deliberation on the motion. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry. Listening to my letter for reacting minority leader. We are all hungry, but none of us is involved in economics. All of us are making sure that we find the ways and means to put food on our table without involving in galamsey. Mr. Speaker, do we wish to say that that old man that was cutting down his cocoa farm for the purposes of galamsey is still making money from the cocoa farm? That old man that was cutting down the cocoa trees for the purposes of galamsey. If there is no bonus of feelings, why would he do that? At the expenses of destroying the big vegetation that we have in Ghana. You are hungry and looking for food to put on the table at the expenses of destroying the water bodies. Now, at the long run, the same government that you want to blame will spend a huge chunk of money to purify that water before they run the boat to drink. Mr. Speaker, we are all residents here, one way or the other, we are hungry. But I'm not sure that we have been subjected to galamsey with the level of understanding of how galamsey has caused more harm to our environment. Any of us will be able to go in there. Mr. Speaker, I know people personally that born out of galamsey know that they don't have anything to do. But for the mere fact that somebody tells them that galamsey is making money, born out of greed and envy, they also want to go to galamsey. And people travel from far just to go into the bush, whatever land they will get. And then again, the acting announcement made the argument that citizens can't purchase excavator. The large chunk of the galamsey is not being done by excavators. I don't know whether he follows the argument properly. The land chunk of galamsey is done on the water bodies, whereby a group of people will put, they have a way, I don't know how they do it, with those tanks, like a canoe kind of, with their pumps, and make sure they extract all the water from that particular and start digging with their shoulders because the water is very strong. Maybe those with the excavators are those small scale miners who one way or the other might have attended permit to be able to run. Yes, Speaker, the land chunk of galamsey. A perfect example is that old man's video. There was no excavator in the Kupa. It was shovel and pickers who were behind it. So on that note, how we bring the use of excavators that are being purchased, and again, who says citizens can purchase excavators? Maybe I can purchase excavators and rent it. Because all excavators you see in town, probably that have been used for works on the fields and the likes, are not owned by the people who are using this as a particular material type. They are ready to rent it. So for the mere fact, and you see, Ghanaians sometimes they are very greedy. Very, 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 very good. Dating it back to slavery. All the 54 forts and castles that were built around the coast of West Africa. 42 is located in Ghana. So we exchange our own colleagues for mirror, for wine, for sugar. How more can we just go and destroy our land for the purposes of gold that probably we think we can make more money than our usual? Is that because so far from it? Is that because no better? Is that I'm saying going on there? Are all the citizens having the right standard of living? No. It's because all the citizens are in their right standard. Why the citizens of the border region are not engaging in Galamsey? Why the citizens of the northern region are not engaging in Galamsey? And it is only attributed to the eastern region, Ashanti, Ghana, the western region, and western north. Why is it that we in the border region are not engaging in Galamsey? I know that there is more than the natural resources in the border region, maybe, than the western region that attribute itself to all the gold mines we have in Ghana. But the citizens in the border region are not again having the right state of condition of living, but they are still surviving. So you want to tell me that when you go to Christia, or when you go to what's the name, Iswayasu, or when you go to what's the name, Obuase, where those Galamsey are happening. Those days, our great grandfathers who handed over the land's work were they mad. Another material time that there was no serious government supervision. Couldn't they do Galamsey at that time? So them handing over the land to excuse my language, they were not serious. And it is we our time with the advancement of technology and everything we have to destroy the land because private government is not putting in some certain measures in order to be able to mitigate the suffering that we are having. And again, we've seen the commitment of government to put an end to Galamsey. What is the commitment of citizens to put an end to Galamsey? From Flag Lieutenant Rawlings, we saw Operation Galamsey, sending task force to the bush in order to be able to sack those who are doing. Have the citizens sat and asked themselves that why is it that government is always chasing us with soldiers to stop the Galamsey? If it was not born out of greediness and selfishness, because I must give it all for myself at the expenses of our green vegetation. There's a World Bank survey that was released some time ago, and I'm sure we are aware that if care is not taken in the next 30 years, if we don't stop Galamsey, we will import potable drinking water. Yes, we'll get there. So at the expenses where your greediness will affect the long chunk of members or citizens in the northern region who one way or the other might have not engaged in Galamsey. Born out that you engage in Galamsey at the expense that you have the argument that probably government has not put in measures to mitigate the suffering that we are going through. So, Mr. Speaker, we are seeing the commitment of government. We've seen what Honorable John Peter Mewu have done as far as the fight against Galamsey is concerned before he was moved to the energy ministry. We saw who he handed over to, how he continued the fight. We are seeing what Honorable Abu Jinapor is doing. And again, to the minority, if these media houses go out with their drone shot and take pictures and videos of the water bodies and how the lands are turned to, are you happy by making the mere argument that the condition of the condition of living of citizens are not in the right thing, so they should engage in Galamsey? Who does that? Citizens of both regions are not engaging in Galamsey. Galamsey is not the only source of survivors. Citizens of the northern region are not engaging in Galamsey. Must we say that it is only the citizens of the Ashanti region, eastern region, and western and western north are the only citizens suffering in Ghana? Greater Accra is not having any mineral resources there. They are surviving. So I beg to differ. The Speaker, government has shown commitment. Government has rolled out a lot of policies. Government is ensuring that it got to a time we realize that citizens came to a bit of realization and we saw that some of our water bodies were recovering back to their normal true state. Then I don't know where citizens came from, a kaboom, everything went back to zero. And I'm not sure we are happy. And these citizens, when we are talking about this, their chiefs are part. Don't classify them as government. No, the chiefs are part. When an assemblyman is there, he is part as a citizen. Now, the argument will be put to what central government is doing. We see what central government is doing. Maybe central government is not doing one or two things right, but maybe some top government officials are also engaging in that particular activity. But the land chart, 80% of these stuff are done by we citizens. When we look around, let's look at the top government officials we have in the world. You will not see a top government official littering. But I'm sure all of us sitting here, one way or the other, might have drunk water this morning or this afternoon or today and dropped the sachet on the floor. Then, when the garden stroke, water is not able to run and our house is flat, then we will go back and blame that. That is the same scenario that we are having. I thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you. To respond to what my learned friend has said, I was a bit smiling, and I was just thinking what comes into his mind, reaching out all those things. I was just thinking, because we are aware that it is just a way of fooling us, that they make noise that we are fighting about it and go behind us and do other things. We are aware of that. 100% aware. It is only few who don't have information that they can come out and tell that we are fighting Galamsey, but we know that they are not fighting Galamsey and they are not doing any work. And saying that for that region, for they not hungry, before mining can take place in every region, that region they need to identify a mineral there and it might get an approval. For that region has not been approved, or nobody has approved mining activities to go on in other regions. That is why you don't see Bulgarians going into mining, or other regions that you are saying going into mining, because there has not been any approved from anybody or the government that, okay, we have found this mineral here and we want to go into mining because of this and that. That is why even the oil that you've heard that has been found in Keta still has not yet been touched because approval is not given. So in that part, we should just forget about it. And then to talk about, I forgot to remind him of something he said in his introductory comment, that Aisha 1 was hidden by citizens, which is a lie and a scamish statement. Very serious one. How can citizens hide Aisha 1, who is driving in a car with a presidential flag? As citizens now buy those cars, they have presidential stuff, those things at their back. They are now driving it. The citizens are now driving that car. Aisha 1 who received her Ghana card was given to her on Sunday, where nobody is working. Who do you think that approval is not given from any authority and they will go ahead and issue Ghana card to Aisha 1 on Sunday? That is a lie. So my friends should stop making that argument that citizens are the ones in charge of or the ones responsible for Galamsey. And if you say that we are all angry, you know that is a lie. You know that is a lie. That the level at which he is angry cannot be compared to the level at which the common Ghanaian is angry. You might have the privilege to have 2 square meals. You can't compare that to someone who is having 1. So that also, you should forget it. And I want to state emphatically, the government is just making noise, sending soldiers on the field for us to see that yes, they are fighting Galamsey and all that. But trust me, behind camera, camera, they know what they are doing. And behind camera, they know they are 100% people engaging into galamsey. You say that excavators are not the one used. All the things you are saying, the galamsey cannot be used without certain machine. If you don't know, let me teach you today. That galamsey cannot be used without using certain machine. Before they can get water dried from where they have found that mineral. It's not an easy work. It needed some machine. When you go to the ground, those machines are expensive machines that cannot be purchased by a common citizen. So let my learned friend tell us the truth that they are not fighting their way, that they are rather pushing more effort to do more because they are the ones responsible for it. They are making more effort to do more. He shouldn't say that water region is having minerals because when they come down here, tell him that when they come down here, it might not be easy because you will not give that approval. So, to finally say that government is not making any effort in fighting galamsey, they are fooling us and we are aware. And if those citizens that they are chasing with guns and staff, they will go and chase them with guns and staff, that they are the ones responsible for galamsey. Once you know that nobody can go anywhere or no citizen will go into any galamsey site without any authority, someone who is highly in power, sending that person. So, if they want them to stop, they should find an alternative. They should give them jobs. Those people need jobs to eat. You cannot be chasing them with guns just because you want them to stop. They should go and die. No. They should stop making the noise that they are stopping what I'm saying. And they should find an alternative to the citizens who are also probably engaging into galamsey. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Joseph. Is that right? Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Joseph. I will say that galamsey is the modern-based slavery. The Akan man himself, if they say someone is an Akan, he is greedy. That is the fact. During the slavery, I don't think the slavery took place much in the Volta region or the northern region. But the slavery was in the Akan lands. An Akan man will sell you as a brother for money. There is nothing an Akan man wouldn't do for money. A chief in an Akan land is a citizen, and that chief will sell his land for galamsey. Not forgetting all the chiefs in the Akan lands, they know that their lands are blessed with the gold, and they are the godfathers of the galamsey. When you come to them that have found gold in your land, they will tell you, what percentage are you giving me? And they will hide you in their palaces. Is the chief the government? And mind you, none of the lands in Go here even belong to the government, with the exception of the roadside ones and some few accepted ones. All the lands belong to the chiefs. Is the chief the government? No. The chiefs are all citizens, and they are the godfathers of the galamsey. So, that is the reason why I'm saying the galamsey has become a modern-based slavery. They are doing everything in their Akan land for money. I happen to come from a place that they do galamsey. My chief will sell the land to you to do your galamsey. And then when they finish, the oil, those chemicals, they don't throw them away. They don't even dig hole and bury the chemicals and the oil. They throw them in the rivers. They throw all of them in the rivers, and those chemicals kill the fishes in the rivers. When you happen to travel from Ho to Kumasi, somewhere in Nam, there is a big river those days. Now when we are passing, the river is always dirty. The other time we were going, someone was asking, this river 3-4 months ago it was clean before. So why is it that it's dirty now? Or they started a galaxy again. And one man from that particular place there is the chief. Is the chief. The chiefs are the people killing us. They are the godfathers of Galamsey. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Let me hear from Honorable Bixie, and then I'll go Honorable Bixie. Honorable Bixie, right, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Bixie myself. The Speaker, I proceed. Let me describe Galamsey.
Please speak a little louder.
Right, but let me describe what is the meaning of Galamsey. My organ is an organized crime, the criminal and the organized. One. The Speaker, let me rebut a few things that the majority has said for personal issue with government of Galamsey. The Speaker, he did say we are the cause of the illegal mining. On average, I'll give the government 70% and we the 30%. In the sense that before anybody will go or enter into the forest to mine, if the government grant that person concession, they'll go ahead to mine. And I believe in this one, we have rules and regulations guiding every single thing that we will be in each agency or department. So if we should do that without the government knowledge, it's an illegality of which all of us need to practice to. Now, the second, he also did mention about excavators, that most of the citizens own the excavators. Yes, that's not no doubt. But before those things will be imported into the country, you do ask them, what are they going to use it for? Is it a construction thing? Or they can actually ask we are talking about? Well, if you don't ask the person what he or she is going to use the excavator for, you will just allow the people to do anything at all. By the time this issue goes into the Galamsey, because all the things that most of the things are done around the river valleys, I would say it's a big no, because you need to dig out before all those things happen. If the coast come, then you go and watch them at the river bed. Now, the third one is these things the chiefs are also the cause of Galamsey. The Speaker, is not true because, like I said, we have rules and regulations governing this country. If the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources gave someone concession, maybe the two of us, and you, the chief, you are in a community, and the person comes and goes, I've gotten this permission from the ministry. Can you get to stop the person? You cannot. Because they are the people that will give you the answers to go and mine. So in that aspect, we disregard that access. And also, there is one issue. He is saying that there is a I shall want to become a blah blah blah. How can it be true? It will not be true. In the sense that when I shall one was bought, some people were defining repatriation and deportation. You don't even know. The Speaker, in that regard, rules in this country are applying to citizens differently. Does it mean that all those that were in prison are not Ghanaians? Now the problem now is the larger process, which happens to be illegal, and you are treating her as if she's an angel. That may be the case. And also the third one is for the political score. The Speaker, like Honorable Member said, there are a lot going on. Well, I will not accuse the fact that, or I cannot provide evidence, but it's empirical true that when they said operation, what's the name? Galam stop, operation 42 and 41 in Cool. They are just doing a mere political work because when you look away back in 2020, the mini election, or other political stories to stand somewhere, if you vote for us, you will go ahead, all those that were in prison doing illegal mining, they will grant them amnesty. So it's one way or the other, idea the greater cause of the whole issue. Now, my personal government is now if you are using operation Ghana top and go with the military, of which they are being paid by our taxpayers, and it's not even to any result, you have to change our approach. Because you don't want to believe that if the military man is coming to your house, you should know that there's something coming, then you have to put yourself to order. And that's why I since warning till now, is I said the are no more afraid of the military. So in that case, the laws of parliament should really look at. Because, for instance, this is a discount. Government should discover a gold mine or discover a gold at this place. The only thing that they will only partake in that sometimes without any conversation. And that causes a whole lot of things. Like my mother said, that what is the alternative? After you come to evacuate the land, what is? Even if you don't give us anything at all, the gold that you might give us 40% of it. So that we can also rely on. But if you never get us the land where we can compensate that, fine, but how would it be enough? And the other one is, now, if you should mine, right? I know if you use mine, you cannot carry the gold outside the country. So I believe you pass to some of the political scholars, the big men. But I'm sure if you smuggle fertilizer out of the country, they will arrest you. Because they think that citizens cannot export that to the country. So they will allow them when they finish the political scholars, then they will stay outside the country. So that is the people government are having with government. And also, my last word to them is, they should find the galamsey for the police. So that we all sit down and look at the voting, what was the planning. Because if you prepare as if we are solving the issue, like I said, it's always a blinking. If I can, when you do a time, I think that was Wednesday, I was listening to Metro TV, and someone was comparing that during their time, the water was a bit like Liberty, but now it is even low. You cannot even compare it to talking. You cannot compare that. It's a national security resource. There should be a part of that. I'm saying all about to sit down and come together and look at the issues happening. So that after the 2 days when you come back and you want yourself to tell so that yes, you treat that as a criminal or as a syndicate. Because the term that I'm saying is illegal mining. So that is a very understanding.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, the debate is getting interesting, and before Honourable Member speaks, I want to pose some questions. Can we cite some examples of legal minings, and can you give facts that are they damaging the grounds and water bodies and so on? Honourable Member, let's hear from you before you go to the question.
All right. Thank you, Honourable Speaker and the whole House. My name is Obed Praise, Youth MP for Central Autumn. Mr. Speaker, I think there is a misconception in the mind of my fellow MP from the minority side. It's the reason why he's saying certain things he's saying now. Because I want him to understand that once the person is not within the group as the people leading the country, the person becomes a citizen. Even if the person is an MP, but the person is not within where he's supposed to work and then make decisions, he is an individual, which means he's a citizen. So he should understand that even if an MP within the government should move from where he is into the community and work with people in the community to enhance this galamsey, he should understand that the MP as at that very moment is a citizen, not a government. So if he's making references, a government can never sit within themselves and then ask officials in the government to go and help people who do galamsey. Do you understand? But I want you to understand that once I move from there to join the citizens, and the citizens are supporting, no, my fellow citizens are supporting me, it means that they are ready to do what I ask them to do. Secondly, I am a businessman. In as much as a status of mine as an MP, I am a businessman. I want to do business. So if I should go and buy an excavator, import it to this country, and you, the user, as a fellow citizen, and you are using it, don't assume that because I am a government official and I bought that thing and imported it. So please, I want you to understand and not blame the government for this. Because the government, in as much as they are trying every other thing to stop Galamsey, we the citizens are still doing what they ask us to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Francis Kodzi.
My learned friend has made some funny statements. Very, very funny ones, of course. The statements are funny because you cannot tell me that the president of this country bought an excavator, brought people to use that excavator to do that thing. So because of that, he becomes an ordinary citizen. That is a very funny statement to make. Very funny one. Because the fact that you buy an excavator and you bring people does not reduce your level as a president or as an MP. If government officials are not the ones involving in Galamsey, why is the president sacking DC that they have suspected, who we know that it is just a way to project that they are fighting Galamsey? So they said, oh, you because you are doing Galamsey, go. And that is being shown to us that they say they should go, but we know they are not going anywhere. Why are they threatening chiefs who have come out to say the truth that this government official and that government official is part of the Galamsey? Why are they threatening their life if they are not the ones engaging and involving themselves into this Galamsey? It is like my colleagues are not getting the point that when we talk about citizens, we are talking about the electorate and the people who have elected you and have put you at that level to defend the natural resources of this country. If there is a forest in Ho here that the gold is being identified, that forest cannot be gone into without the government approval, because the government is the one in charge of all forests. All forests. That is why we have a ministry for them. That they protect all the forest. So how can somebody go into a forest and start digging gold without government approval? That is a very big lie to say that government is not aware of Galamsey and stuff. You guys should wake up from your dreams and identify and know that you are the ones in charge and you are the one involving yourself into this Galamsey issue. And stop blaming the citizens. Stop blaming them. Because you said you are a businessman. If you are a businessman and you are doing business and you employ me, who is the owner of the business? No, Mr. Speaker, you are a businessman and you are doing business and you have employed me. Who is the owner of the business? You are the owner of the business, so you are the one in charge of the business. Without you, that business cannot go on. So you should get that you are the head of the whole show. We are just working for you and you are paying us. But at the end of the day, you are the head of the business. You are the CEO of the business. You are the MD of the business. The same way government is the MD, the CEO of the Galamsey going on in this country. Government officials, top one, they are the MDs. If they are not, how can government lawyers be defending Aisha, who is doing Galamsey? The Speaker, it is funny they want to defend this point. Very, very funny. Let us not be in a country where we know the truth, but we want to be backing them with lies. I just want my colleagues to understand that governments need to structure themselves and put themselves well if indeed they want to fight Galamsey. My colleague made a very beautiful point that if they know they are not part of this galamsey, let us suspend the work for 2 years. You see how hunger will be knocking at their door, because that is what they feed on. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Gyimah.
Thank you, right, Honorable Speaker. My name is Ivan Gidi. When I listen to my people at the minority side, I just laugh. He always wanted to put the blame on government. The big question that I want to ask my fellow people at the minority side is, when you go to the East Galamsey side, who are the people you see at the side? It's not this very young youth that you see at the side. So I just suggesting to us that somebody can come to you that do this for me, and you not even think about tomorrow or the little that the person will give to you, then you move on. I think the youth of this country are not taking us like the right path. They should think right, because they are not thinking about future. They are only thinking about what they will get at their pocket today. Youth for today always want to blame government or people at the authority. I'm not sure the president from the first half will wake up early in the morning and go to this Galamsey side and start digging and start mining. Or any of the Galamsey businessmen will go to any Galamsey side and start mining. But the youth always want to say that, oh, government. Mr. Speaker, this side, for example, my leader has just admitted that some of the reasons that they are doing this Galamsey side is considered that Galamsey is the only option. Without Galamsey, they cannot survive. We have about 16 regions across this country. But when you look at these regions, only 5 or 4 are engaging in Galamsey. Meaning, Galamsey is giving them quick money, so they want to engage in it. I want to urge my minority leader and minority group. They should stop playing this blaming game, putting blame on government. Government alone cannot do it. If we, the youth, didn't start or stand right. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Honorable Betty. Oh, Honorable Jack, you want to speak? You have not spoken, so let's hear from you. Okay, then speak.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is just that majority is just siding the government or putting the blame on the citizen. If you are saying the citizens are responsible for this, on one side it's true, but the majority of the cost is from the government. If you take somebody who is, let's say, using 1,005 to go into cocoa farming, and the government is supposed to regulate the price of the cocoa, it's not doing its part. For the 1,005 used to activate cocoa, you send the cocoa to the market and you go and sell it at 500. Do you expect me to continue in that system? How do I feed myself? How do I take care of my family? And I've told that if I go into that and say I'll get more than what I'm getting from the cocoa, and you expect me to still continue with the cocoa, no, I won't do it. I will not. And they say government is not responsible. Fine. If they stop the Galamsey, what opportunities are they putting on the table? You ask me to stop doing something. By me give me any opportunity for me to survive by. I can't stop. Because that's what is feeding me. That's what is putting food on my table. And also the youth are the one engaging in this particular thing. But it is a fact that 80% of graduates in this country are jobless. If I'm home every day, I'm home, I'm not doing anything. I suffer before getting even breakfast to eat. And one morning I woke up and I said, oh, I have a gadget, I have a machine, I have a this that can help you to go and wine, and you can get something to feed yourself or to take care of yourself. Why would I trust that person to go and do whatever the person is asking me to do? So the bigger part of the blame is on the government. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, it is saddened my heart that my colleagues from the minority side are making certain statements I don't know, born out of that they don't understand the subject matter of the discussion, or certain things that they do say. I don't know probably whether it has been taught well. The active minority leader made a statement when he was responding to my earlier statement that if the like should come to Bulgaria, we will not allow them to say. In that particular instance, are you the government or the citizen? Are the citizens that you've made that particular claim that if they should lie, they should bring themselves to Bulgaria. We will not allow them. Who is the medium? Citizens or government? So why won't those citizens use the same energy to put a stop to it? Why? Because if our opinion of the argument that the problem that we have in Africa and Ghana, 60% is attributed to the citizens. And then you just made it right here that if Galamsey should come to voter regime, you as Honorable Francis and your colleagues will not allow that Galamsey to proceed. Taking the fight out of government and proceeding to the field and beating whoever will be there at the expenses of government to stop Galamsey. I get it. You just made that you made that statement. And then you again tend to say that because it is happening there and it is not happening here, what will it eat? For the very fact that your father don't take good care of you or don't provide for you, must you go and steal? Must you go and steal?
If you are hungry, you shoot.
That is where you will be arrested.
Mr. Speaker, currently I'm unemployed as a graduate. I'm currently unemployed as a graduate. But I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to do anything illegal to survive. And in the same way, you, Honorable Elizabeth, made the argument that for the very fact that they don't have any livelihood to live on, that's why they are engaging in Galamsey, which is illegal. Will you engage in Galamsey as a graduate? Will you? Your answer will be no. Will you engage in stealing? Your answer will be no. So for the very fact that one, the livelihood of the people are not in the right state, does not warrant Galamsey. Again, you spoke about who gives money concession. I beg to differ, and sometimes I'm wondering why you made that particular statement. Afforestation is deforestation. Deforestation is a crime, right? But we have our grandparents going to the bush and cutting down logs, cutting down trees. Who did they take those permits from? It's done by their own will. How many of us can say that when we were growing up, when we were in the villages, when we go to cut down trees and used to burn charcoal and the like, that is deforestation. We took permit from even the chief, or we took permit from the assemblyman. Even if the assemblyman tries to stop it, what will you say to the assemblyman? It should be telling you that going into the forest, nobody has given them anything, they are on their own. And in giving mining concession, it must be noted that you must be a registered company. And even if you are accusing government that government has the one that has granted those particular concessions, why is it that when soldiers go into the bush, you run? If you know that government has given you that particular concession to mine in the forest illegally, why is it that when the soldiers enter the bush, you run, knowing that you are doing something illegal? It is because you are there illegal without nobody's notice that you are there. Because on a normal day, if I'm a student of the Technical University, I've paid my fees, I've registered, I'm a full student, and I go to class, I'll feel comfortable. Than you, the outsider, who will just walk from town and come and sit in the class. You will never feel comfortable. If they begin to do help, you run away. Same way, when our brothers and sisters travel to Europe and the likes, they are hiding. They are hiding. They are hiding because they don't possess the document that will grant them to live in that particular country that they are. So it should be telling you that we the citizens are our own demons. I agree. We the citizens are our own demons. Because we are going there at our own will. Those Galamseys going on those sides in the light in the river bodies are our own will. We are there on our own will. Nobody, even though the assemblyman is giving them that particular permit to go into the bush will. Can you name? I challenge the minority to name
a particular mining or forest that particular concession was given to the people and they are mining them illegal. I tell in the minority. What is it? It cannot be said. Based on speculation, based on the mere fact that probably I don't have a job so I should go to illegal. Same way you can't go and steal because you're hungry. As we see here, it should be the argument that irrespective. And see, I heard the minority saying that when you import, they should ask you what do you use the excavator for. Your phone you bought, who asked you what do you want to use the phone for? I always buy on AliExpress. Anytime I take my orders from the post office, nobody asks me what am I going to use that particular item for. When I buy my car, nobody asks. Once I pay the duty and I acquire that car illegally, nobody's asking me when I'm going to use that car to sell bread, or when I'm going to use those cars to sell, unless probably a particular vehicle that is ascribed for a particular job. You buy a tipper truck, or you buy a tanker, and then you know that tankers are used for loading fuel, and probably they are using it for loading weed and stuff. That is what you do. But on no day, we buy our laptops. Who asks us what we use laptops for? No, I'm sure by this time the front boss, majority of them will be arrested. Because if we should ask what are we going to use the laptops for, and we say genuinely we are going to use them for fraud, but I'm sure by this time we are all arrested. So the argument that they are being asked and then they know what they are going to use it for doesn't hold. It doesn't hold immediately. These tripods come before. Nobody asked what we are going to use the tripods for.
The contractors are even using now. The contractors who purchase the excavators.
Are we in the same space? Now, looking at what the issue of excavated and expensive, how much is the pump? How much is the pickup? And how much is the silver? Every week, I have some. Pump for pumping water. The one we use to pump water. That is being used to pump the water out of that particular area. And even some of the diamond is not even done with all those mining equipment that we talk about. When we want diamond black diamond, when we want that to be very well, all of them, they were just in the river. Putting their hands into the soil, bringing out the soil, they wash it, see what is it, whether it's a stone or it's diamond. It is happening there. When we watch those people on the rivers and then we load their tanks, is the excavator? Are they earth moving equipment? It should be telling you that the Galamsey in time past has become very good. Now I cite the example again. That old man who was interviewed by TV3, have you seen the excavator? What is he doing? Is he doing legal mining? Is it legal mining which is Galamsey? So that should be telling you that the argument that we are only streamlining, the argument that we only use excavators and those stuff for Galamsey, it doesn't play. It doesn't hold water. It doesn't hold water. Again, an issue of Aisha. In a very democratic state, irrespective of how bad and or whatever you've done wrong, you still get a lawyer to defend you. Even though I'm telling you today. Even if you travel out of Ghana, go and commit crime in America, the state provides you a lawyer. So irrespective of whether or not Aisha did good or bad, in a democratic state, once you go to the court and there's a plaintiff, there must be a defendant. So for that particular, it doesn't hold water because we are in a democratic state. So for the mere fact that Aisha was caught doing something bad, straight to prison, no, there is no longer that way. Ghana is a democratic state. And that's what we should know. Aisha Ghana card is a non-citizen card. Our parents will travel to America and acquire green card and then they'll be jumping. My father acquired a non-citizen, and my argument is that which government official held Ashawan's hand and acquired that particular Ghana card for him? Whose house was Ashawan staying in before he was arrested? Was it a government official? Was it a mere citizen? So the argument in and argument out. That's why I'm putting it. What is the commitment of the citizen in putting a stop to Galamsey? Our government has demonstrated over the years that we want to. And then the issue of we are ready to score political points. Really, you can bend the whole house, they come and stand and be making noise. Who does that? Like on a normal rational human being, you come and set the house at least and come back and tell us that the house is going. No, we don't do that. And as I say, maybe some government officials are engaging in Galamsey, but putting it on a particular scale, majority are mere citizens. Why is it that that citizens are mad and annoyed that, what's the name? How do I put it? What's the name? Paperless system was introduced at the court. Why were citizens furious? To clamp down the corruption that happens at the court, paperless system was introduced and citizens were mad. Citizens were mad, all because government wants to streamline tax and revenue collection so that we will not be going through corner. But citizens were very furious. So you should be telling that you are our own enemies. Today, election they come to class and all of us are sitting. Any letter that is very disciplined, we all don't like that letter. We all don't like that letter. Both of us, all of us sitting. We all don't like that. As citizens and students, we all don't like the letter. And we should mention some of them, their names on campus camera. We all don't like them. If it is hell that they should go by it, we voted all of them to hell. So irrespective of how you are handling, irrespective of how you are not having job. And when you talk about alternative, what alternative is it that, what alternative that the people in Volta region have? What alternative that those in Volta region have that they are not engaging in that? Do you think youth in the Volta region can engage in that? Do you think the mineral resources in Volta region can be tapped by citizens, mere citizens? It can. But they are good citizens. They are risky. They are responsible. They are responsible citizens. They don't want to destroy. You are telling me that alternative at the expense of destroying the water body. Like on a normal day, like how do you think? Like how do you think? Food that is meant for you to eat, you go and pour the food away, and you come and tell me that people are like good at food. So the argument that we have been making all this was start that about what's the name? What our British said that we should put a stop to everything. While government puts everything down and want to rethink about how we will structure things to stop balloting, citizens will still be in the bush. Oh yes, citizens will still be in the bush. Examination for practice. Every now and then when they're going to write exam, somebody will release examination tips. Don't go and do this, don't go and do that in the examination. But still, every semester student are being rusticated. Yes, every semester student are being rusticated, born out of examination or practice. So while we put down our tools, and I'll cite the perfect example. When the embargo was laid on our election on campus here, when all electioneering activities, people were still sharing for life. Well, we all said, let us put everything of ours down. Right? Let us put everything of ours down in a situation that we were encountered as in our electoral processes. We should resolve it before we proceed. People were still campaigning. So irrespective of how government behaves, citizens will still have their way. Citizens will still do what they want to do. And that is why we are of the view that I'm asking the minority again. Over the years that this can say fight in stage, what is the commitment of the citizens to put an end to Galamsey? Because the more government intensify the measures to mitigate Galamsey, citizens are finding ways and means to do it more. So it's like watching these action movies while the killers are coming playing, one blogger is there strategizing how to kill all of them. And eventually you will kill all of them. So government is not the blogger. So the government and the people are not the killer, now citizens is the blogger. So while they are strategizing to put Galamsey to stop, you are there strategizing. I'm sure how you are speaking carefully. So that's our roaming the bush. But there are a couple of people quietly somewhere. Maybe they will spark the machines instead of doing do. Such that they will be able to do them because quietly it is happening. It is happening. And I don't know why it is so. We the citizens, we must come to our right state of mind. Start that the chiefs, together with our assemblymen and whoever, all those who are engaged, if today we want to put a stop to Galamsey, and all the citizens will draw, Galamsey will be over. Because if a politician sends you there and say, I won't do, you do. As you boldly declare that if Galamsey comes to Volta region, you are agree. We should put in the same context and let's go to Prestia and say the same thing. Today, when you're even going to, what's the name? A Lugo, by the roadside or by the roadside, like it looks like government is even tired. Because we've done everything possible to put an end to guarantee, and we are not agreeing. Citizens are not seeing the wisdom in why the consumption should stop. And when you don't get water to drink in your house, and we will say that. Meanwhile, you, all of them, are those who have caused the mess, spoiling our water bodies. Because today, if river density is to be treated for drinking, Ghana Water Company is going to spend huge chunk of money in purifying that particular water. Now, the other river I know is, what's the name? That is the way that down, and then that is the what's the name? What? Yeah, the water relation climbs the black water. But the Ayensu, Pra, Densu, and Cobra, all is lost. Citizens. We want to put a stop to guarantee. One Honorable and his colleagues says, no guarantee in quota regime. His colleagues in our farm playing south can also say no. He can go and leave that particular proceed there, but eventually he will be killed by citizens and not the military. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, for the attention of the House, we are waiting for conclusion statements because we have to conclude the debate. In that one, I want to know the MPs who have interest to speak before the leaders so that we give their conclusive remarks and the leaders conclude the debate for us to end the debate and adjourn the House. Please raise your hands so that I know how to structure. Okay, Honorable Bixi, please give your conclusive statement. Conclusive statement. Honorable
Last
yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Victor myself. The Speaker, from my earlier submission, he said that I'm saying itself is an illegal of which there is an organized crime. Responding to the other member in the SRC, he said, if an MP go in the midst of the people, you are an individual. Right? He started a panic session because he is using his status. He is using his status as an MP to influence the people because he is the one from, let's say, the parliament house member, he being a lawmaker. So in that session, he cannot be true. So he is using his position to influence the outcome of the speaker. Now, responding to other matters about the excavators, you cannot compare excavator to mobile phone. Do we use mobile phone to say no? It's not that anywhere, unless of what we want to redefine the use of phone. You cannot use phone to say. Now, the reason why I'm saying is that almost 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a chunk of excavators have been seized. Right? We were here and brought all those things to the country. What I'm trying to say is that when they go bring a team like that, you should ask them, be it a contractor or a businessman, ask the person, what is he or she going to use the excavator for? Because if you go to the mining sector right now, phone is not used for, phone or laptop is not being used for taxi. But rather,
if your president to America, is he still a president? Why does he say?
Mr. Speaker, allow me to finish. What I'm saying is that sometimes you have to ask the people because, like I said, the time of the excavator have been seized and some free away. Most of the work have been done by excavating. If you don't excavate, you don't get it. I don't know what people are going to bare hand to excavate. See, the depth of the gold under the ground, right? You cannot use pickup. So, most of the work is being done by the excavators. Then you complement the pickup and the pool. Now, I was talking about the assessment. He said, some people in the forest without grant and assessment. I'm seeing that we have rules to go in this country. Be department, agency, or whatever it is. Before you be granted the concession, you need to have all what it takes to mine. I'm not sure that I will just come to you because of what you take and you have to license to mine without having the necessary equipment to excavate. Do you understand? To reverse fire. So these are the things that I want to say. So government, before you got the connection, make sure that the people have the needed equipment to excavate it. Because if you can't, an individual and a license, you don't have the equipment. You are telling that people have that excavation, you go to the water bodies, and go wash the boat and that's how our water are being polluted. So before you got some connection, you need to have all the equipment. For instance, if you want to take hotel investing from the then police to invest, you don't have anything in the department. And you're not going to invest in it. Doesn't make sense. Make sure you have the equipment, the tools for the job. You can't have someone without equipment. Now, and also, you said here for the station, our grandmother said that we were half trees and low. Even if you cannot compare that to calamity. 3 cats are not amount to pollution of water. No, they don't want to that. It's like I'm saying that we're talking about the illegal mining of the illegal people go to the water bed and go and work for the things that will be there our water in the country. Now, you're talking about one issue. It's very sad. Someone has come to commit offense in the country. And you're talking about the offense. Yes, the offense is good. But if the person has offended the law, I'm not sure that he or Amanor will go to China and go and put in their water and say, oh, go to Ghana. They will deal with you first.
In conclusion,
that assessment is also not true. Then, I spoke about political scoring, and you also want to score a score out of it. I'm saying that there is as based on the election. I'm telling you on authority, 2024, you will hear it again. Vote for me and allow you to do illegal mining. Like I said in the ban, what I was saying is that you should manage for 2 years since you have used all the approach, beating it, and it's not working. Sit back, wait, Fredrica the whole thing. Man is going to die. If you want anybody who goes into the forest and you identify that person as a criminal.
Thank you very much for your statement. Honorable Gyimah. Honorable Gyimah, please very close so that you can hear from me after the Gyimah. Then after Honorable Gyimah, we hear Honorable MP from Praso. Then minority leader, majority leader, and we conclude the debate. Please, we only have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Gyimah. I want to say on record that government is putting all effort and mechanism in place to stop this galamsey. The bar stop at we, the citizens, should also show interest and cooperate with the government so that this activity of galamsey will stop. I want to look up one day and see youth rising on top of their voice, demonstrating, holding press conferences that government officials engage them to engage in galamsey, but they stay home. So everybody in this world will hear that it is the government who is causing them, not the youth. I want to put it on record that for the fight of galamsey, it has caused even the current government. Some of the galamsey side that the government have put on or put in effort to stop galamsey, they voted against it. That should tell you that government is doing its best. So we the youth today, we should stop blaming government or government officials on any pressing issues. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Gyimah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you, the Rest House. I must say that both submissions from each side of the House are very discerning. And it tells what kind of leaders you are going to become. And kudos to those who have constantly supported the side. I must say, I'm so happy to be part of this initiative. I would want to speak a little on the subject matter, which is galamsey, the debate motion if government is the cause or the citizen. In your submission, it has become so clear that we cannot draw the thin line between government, we cannot draw the thin line between government and citizen. If we are able to draw this thin line very well, we would understand and draw the basis of this debate. The governments are equally citizens, there is no doubt. But in this debate, you are drawing the thin line that those sitting behind, okay, those who have voted for officials or leaders to manage the economy are government. And the government has a lot of sectors. We take it from judiciary, take it from the legislature, the executives, and all of that. These people, in a way, when we take the judiciary out of it, we can boldly say they are the government. And it boils down or comes down right to the very small honorable members, which is the assembly members. Now, during the tenure between government and citizen, we must understand this. My submission is on both sides, and I want to make it clear that it is very clear that government have failed in the fight against galamsey. It is very clear with no doubt. And at a point, they have admitted that they have failed. All their efforts to prevent the illegal mining has failed. So at the first place, the government has admitted that all their efforts have failed. Mr. Speaker, our members, it must be noted that if the problem of galamsey had to be solved, it means then that it has to be tackled right from the root. And what is the root of it? We have elected people to manage the affairs of this economy, of this noble country. And so then it is not the responsibility of citizens, solely the responsibility of a citizen to curtail a problem that we have voted for someone and pay the person to solve. Mr. Speaker, now tackling it from the root, what causes people to engage in galamsey? When they are one, it is of no fact that greed and the love for money is a causative agent to that. However, when there are no jobs for you to engage yourself in, it is obvious that there is no alternative, just like the learned colleague have already mentioned that. So they will surely get the only option for them to engage in. Don't forget, a hungry man is an angry man. And so, an angry man is a desperate man. And whatever be the issue, for him to get in the daily when you do. When you go to prisons and you ask a lot of them, things they have committed, crimes they have committed, it is on base of anger, it is on base of lack of even the simplest opportunity for them to get money. Mr. Speaker, it is very clear when we talk about one district, one factory. When Leonard colleague was speaking, they made mention that about 16, not, I wouldn't think about 16, we have 16 regions. And as it stands now, we are making it clear about 4 or 6 are into illegal mining. Mr. Speaker, when we make the analysis from the number of one district, one factory that has been rolled out, how many of them are in these 4 regions that are extremely engaged in illegal mining? Mr. Speaker, it means then that these regions lack so much the opportunity, even the basic fundamental job for them to even get a peso or something appealing into their pocket to even avoid the only option, which is galamsey. Mr. Speaker, it means then that government must look at providing more job opportunities in these supposed or marked regions for galamsey. Mr. Speaker, again, a lot was said about the concessions being given out and all of that. I wouldn't like to go much into it, but what I want to say is this. It is very clear that even some of these concessions that for so long we have known them to be ones or mining firms, we've known them to be ones that are having license, seem not to be having, allegedly, seem not to be. Mr. Speaker, it means then that government have filled the game, or structures have filled the game to ensure that this side are doing what? Are even having license at the first place. Not only that, going further to make sure that yes, we have issued license for these people to operate. However, are they using the appropriate method to mine? If government has released
a citizen who is going to check if government, the people who supposedly have license to mine are doing the right thing. It is funny that we have not heard much about even licensed companies into mining doing the wrong mining. Again, I feel government should channel its energy instead of trying to curtail the problems being solved by illegal mining. Should also channel its energy into converting some of these sites into mining site assets for the country. When you look at our GDP, mines or mineral resources contribute greatly, about 30% of it. Mr. Speaker, most of these illegal mines go on the black market, which do not really help our revenue mobilization. Mr. Speaker, governments must go ahead to legalize some of these illegal mining sites, make sure that they go through the appropriate measures, so these people don't stop them from mining without giving them an opportunity. I would just like to talk a little about our foreign exchange, which really depends on mineral resources as well. But then, Mr. Speaker, I think I'm done with submissions on that. What again I want to just talk about youth in Parliament. Pardon me, just give me 2 minutes more to talk about that. What I want to talk about youth in Parliament, I am not in the best position to say this, but I happen to have an eagle eye today, not joining, and so I have noticed some things that we can improve upon.
If this is about the Parliament, let's conclude the debate and I'll call it to pick that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Honorable MP of Proceedings. Please, 1 minute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. A hungry man is an angry man. Charity begins at home. An individual who is not well disciplined from the house will go out and then you see that this person is a sports brat. While government is doing whatever to prevent galamsey, to stop the galamsey, an individual is hiding the tools in the bush to steal mine. While government is preventing the galamsey, an individual is hiding his tools in the bush. Now, there are some instances that in the developed countries, like the US, they discovered gold and bauxite, whatever, in a particular state. But the individuals in the state said, you cannot mine here. The voice of the people at the end of the day carry the day. So blaming everything on government, I don't side with. The fact that Chairman Kodzi is still an individual tells you that everything rests on the individual. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Acting Minority Leader, conclude the debate for your purpose in just 2 minutes. Yes, just 2 minutes, please. Because you have already given us the point. Just tell us solutions in PowerPoint. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank my learned friend and colleague from the minority side for lecturing and teaching the minority the fact about government has failed when it comes to galamsey or illegal mining. He has just lectured them, and I believe they will take that lecture into consideration, work on themselves, and come back next time with a proper agenda when really and truly they are the ones not involving into galamsey. And to say a few things that sometimes I believe the fact that we don't have to blame everything on government, but I also believe that whatever action that goes on in a community, which is wrong, we have leaders. And those leaders, when we talk about leaders of this country, are the people in government. So when they know and they are aware that the mining is going on in these areas for over 20 years to 30 years are all illegal, and they are aware of that it is a criminal act, which is an offense and a punishable offense, and they are not taking any action, but rather making just noise about it, means that they are rather the people involving in these criminal acts, illegal mining. Because when they are not involving into it, this should have been dealt with years back. But nobody was able to this time, and they are saying that government is fighting that. They are using the wrong approach, very wrong approach, which is that, and the approach they are using is that they are doing it and making noise about citizens. So they should stop doing the galamsey, and citizens will stop. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, they should stop wasting money on the military people sending them into the forest and the bush that they are protecting, or they are doing galamsey, which they are aware that they are only protecting their officials who are engaging into the galamsey but not serving the citizens. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Madam Speaker, please be brief. The one to close.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the minority a question. It may be rhetorical. Do you want the galamsey to stop? If you really want galamsey to stop, and you see, when we are speaking about the citizens, there's a pastor somewhere in Bustia whose members are engaging in galamsey. He's a citizen. But because they paid him some offering, he is keeping quiet and not speaking against that. I get it. And when we are talking about government fights, you know that galamsey this time today. Where we are today is probably by virtue of the accumulated damages that have been done over the years, is what has attributed to what we are today. People have died. There was a news item that there was one galamsey pitch that collapsed on a group of people, and then they were not able to retrieve their bodies. Look at the harm that it has caused over the years. Yes, maybe you are putting the idea that government has failed. But what is the citizens doing? What is the commitment of the citizens as to put in the stop to galamsey? That is the argument. For the mere fact that the citizens from the minority side is not seeing any wisdom in stopping galamsey, it is becoming my problem. Because having the mere thought that for the business that are not having, it has going to galamsey and spoil water bodies and spoil the land, it's not adding up. Mr. Speaker, he spoke more than 4 minutes. I was timing, so I'm not going to take the approach. Mr. Speaker, how do we change the approach if the minority members are of the opinion to change the approach? We change the approach. We want citizens as no citizens.
You don't tell people nothing. They are just.
I get it. When they are being jailed, you make the statement that in a particular mining community where the attempted to stop, government lost there. So what is the commitment of the citizens that they want the galamsey to stop?
He made that.
I'm coming. I will do. For the mere fact, who are they going to do? When they come down, you run away. You see, in a democratic state, we should know some certain things. For the mere fact that certain things are being alleged, it is not automatic that you are going to jail. You should know that. Let's bring a parallel example so that we can go. For the mere fact that Amanor was accused of certain wrongdoings, did not send Narh to impeachment. Look at the legal battles that those accusers have to go through before Narh was impeached. You should be telling me that for the mere fact that probably a certain issue was being alleged, does not mean that automatically the person should go to jail. I agree. So what is the citizen? What is your commitment? What is your commitment
complementing that of government to stop the guarantee. So to conclude, the citizens themselves don't want the guarantee to stop because from all the services they are benefiting more than the government, because whatever will contribute to the GDP of the government, to contribute to the economy of the government, that will be used to build factories, is going to the black market, of which you are benefiting. Who sends them to go to the black market? Honorable member, you are interjecting. Honorable member, when you are speaking, I was quite listening to you. You are interjecting, so listen to me quiet. If you understand how the black market operates, I can be able to acquire a military tank through the black market. Do you know what is a military tank? What we call Amoka. Yeah, that's what it is. The black market operates such a way that we don't. So the citizens are enjoying from guarantee, and they will enjoy and come back to blame government. That's what we are saying at that moment. Government has shown commitment to put a stop to the guarantee, right from the days of former President Buhari to where we are today. What is their commitment? Until they show commitment, government intervention and everything will continue to fail because they are enjoying from guarantee of which they don't want to stop. And until they stop, guarantee will not stop. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, at the conclusion of the debate, hearing from both sides of the House, I think we all are of the same opinion that Galamsey is bad. We are all on that same page that Galamsey is bad. And honorable members, whatever government does, they need the compliment from the citizens in order for it to work. There will be no government if there are no citizens. The land without government will equally not work. Honorable members, what is the way forward? I think government can take the lead by number one, jailing offenders guilty, closing down illegal mining spots.
The illegal mining spots we are talking about, some of them are not identified. Some of them do not
Honorable
member, before you acquire
at the conclusion of the debate, government has to find out all the spots, find them out, close them, fill them, filter the water bodies, set up a task force, set up dispensation plans for members of the board. And I think we only need education. So the citizens themselves be educated. And when they are educated, government attitudes well, and the corrupt government officials stop. Honorable, at the end of the debate, both government and citizens have a complementary effort to play to end Galamsey. This is the end of the debate. Honorable members, just within 2 minutes, we have to adjourn. However, I promise Honorable Joe that I will listen to me. Honorable Joe always has all the member. I wish that I would hear it back, but I'll just give you just 30 seconds. Just give out the point without explanation, and you will be there. Kindly use the microphone to the electricity. And then you have majority leader of the motion for adjournment, seconded by the minority leader, and then we are going after question. Honorable, please just give us the floor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for opportunity given. I want to thank honorable members who have waited to close the adjournment of this session. But then, not being so fortunate, I wouldn't say I'm best fit to do this, but I felt having the eagle eye advantage to sit not within honorable members' house and noticed some important things and made some observations that I feel should be well noted and improved upon. The first one is the paneling of factual perceptions and
big part of example in all scales of our life. And so most of our submissions made, should it be published on national television and all of that, you see, they'll come and carry most of us away. So we should pay notice to that one, and then we should also correct it next time when we want to make factual documents. Let's make what we call references, so that it will help discourse. Just like I like it when at the point when Amanor was citing excerpts from some news portals and national television. And so in most of these cases, we don't want to do that. As an honorable members, we are grouping ourselves, so we should take note of that and mention factually where you are picking it from, so that when they come and pick you, the police comes to pick you, you can tell where you saw it from. I think it would help our growth as honorable members and future leaders. And then we should also avoid trivial, tribal politics. This is very important. At a point, I was not feeling well in myself, sitting and watching, because it wanted to go more trivial when it comes to political state, tribal grounds. That supposed tribe of people are this supposed tribe of people. I believe that as youth that we are growing up and learning to become future leaders, making our politics devoid of pretext and trivialism and tribalism, we should take notice of this, so that next time our statement will be devoid of that. Mr. Speaker, I again realize that sometimes we use cell phone technologies, of which I believe whenever, as in public speaking, when you make any technology which is not known by many, or you formulate yourself, you should go ahead and take the risk to explain further. It would help. I don't want to cite without those, but then we are all learning, so next time let's take note of it. When you make supposed definitions of things yourself, get the hassle and do us a favor by explaining it. It would help. So that we don't find ourselves on a national platform where we speak and people will be like, oh, what you said, we don't understand. And so, Mr. Speaker, I believe that in our state of government, we should take this very necessary. And then the last but not the least, Mr. Speaker, is how we handle our microphone. I realize that most people haven't paid much attention to that, but ethically and well acknowledged in this part of our world, it's better you hold if nothing prevents you, it's better you hold the microphone with your left. It's better you hold the microphone with your left, so that you can be able to leave a mind the exposure because of the group. So if nothing prevents you, ideally you should hold the microphone with your left. The tail of the microphone and not of the pulpit. So that was just my thing. And I'm not trying to mean anyone, but it's a learning process. And so, Mr. Speaker, I believe yourself, I've learned this from me. I've gone out there, my managers have told me several. And so it's necessary to take note of that. Mr. Speaker, I would like to thank you so much for this opportunity. And again, the last one is how we swing ourselves so much when we are talking. Sometimes, I understand we are in passion, as in we are into it, but sometimes we switch yourself, you don't notice it. But you swing so much that it becomes, even the camera becomes difficult capturing you. So when we try to take a position like this, you move this way, it's much better than you go this way. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to make this suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Joe. I'm going to be the meeting order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the address of Mr. Speaker. I thank the entire House for being here for today's sitting. Those who have been able to wait, God equally bless us all. And it is equally important, I continue to say, that some of us may not end the political journey that we have started here. We will not end it here. So in a situation whereby you represent a group of people, actual constituencies, maybe I represent the group from of which a debate of such nature
and it's ongoing, we learn to stay. Because when duty calls, it's by your own accord that you found that you want to represent a particular constituency. And then you've agreed to come here, and that is why we are still seated here. And now these fine ladies should be gone doing their own stuff as far as this evening is concerned. Equally myself, equally yourself. But look at the number of started with, such that we can shorten the time we spend here so that people can be able to start and finish with it. Most especially when it comes to those private and then the statement from the standing committees and then the select committees. Sometimes it becomes too long because sometimes some people write a whole chunk of stuff that probably sometimes do not relate really with the subject matter under discussion. And it tends to waste a lot of time. So most especially when we are taking statements, that is what we waste the majority of our time. Look at where we started from and look at it. So we must regulate that so that when we are being called upon to make statements or present reports, it will be brief and precise so that we can do it. And again, something on time. Today we were supposed to start 1 p.m. But we started around somewhere 2 p.m. 1 hour instead. So Speaker, me as I was in the third parliament, irrespective of how many people are available, once the time we have to start, we start, so that we can be able to say that. It's one important. And again, the members who, one way or the other, have dashed the parliament to us, if we can be able to relieve them of their post, so that, because some of them make efforts. Some of them are on the page and haven't said a word to any of the information that have been posted on the page before. It's that. Another door is for them. He's here. Like, he's here. If nothing at all, we will see that there's an effort being made to be present. So it's very important that I will look at all these things so that in the future, how we want to become responsible future leaders with what Honorable Joel said as far as his observation and some it is all true. And when we don't look at the problem, we may be training ourselves to become responsible future leaders, but we may be needing some little things that will complement it to make it a whole. And when we appear at the national stage, they will say, I just don't use the parliament and these who have pride themselves so much about certain stuff and look at how they are behaving and doing certain things. So we should look at them here. So Mr. Speaker, in absence of any further deliberation, I still move that today's sitting we adjourn and that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, Minority Leader, kindly second the motion for adjournment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I hereby second the motion that the House is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, before I put the question, let me kindly apologize to my clerk for keeping her. She has wanted to leave even from 5 o'clock. She's not really feeling well, but I've been able to hold her here. And on behalf of the House, I want to thank you and your deputy for holding on. As a matter of fact, I support the idea that members who have dashed the parliament to us, who are not going to take the civil effort, should be taken out. I want to promise you that the next time we meet in November, a full list of members who have consistently accepted themselves and have not taken their oath will be referred to the Privileges Committee by December. Their seats will be declared vacant, so that people who are interested will be put inside. About 10 people are waiting for just declaration of seats vacant for them to apply. If they are in hope, we cannot leave them there. And people who are just taking the position, just walking around, without maybe they are the people who have not even paid anything, have not commented, they are just there. We need to clear them off the system, but we will not be harsh. They will go through the process. So, may I thank the majority leader and the acting minority leader and all MPs who have stayed from the start to the end. We have not got refreshment by your bear with us. This is a demonstration of the love you have for YIP. This is the demonstration of the love you have for YIP. For the record, may I mention the members present. Leader Amanor, Majority Chief Whip under Jamsi, Evans Gidi, Joseph Nami. I can see Francis Kodzi, Roger Tumye, Bryson Dixon, Honorable Jewel Ochidako, Honorable Obed Chris Pico, Miss Fredrica Jeke, Honorable Millicent Kwakye, Miss Grace Papali, and then my clerk who is not truthful, but for the love of the Parliament is still here. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for honoring this mission. And as a matter of fact, you are not doing this in vain. Honourable members, on that note, motion moved and seconded for the adjournment of this House to November, a time to be scheduled for the fourth parliamentary sitting of the first session of the second Parliament. I now put the question to the House. All honourable members in favour of adjournment say aye. Aye. Not in favour, say nay. Aye. Honourable members, clearly the ayes have it. The motion carries. Therefore, this House will stand adjourned to the fourth parliamentary sitting and date yet to be appointed.
Your mouth is running. Quiet. Sit down. They should go. Majority leader.